All right, if you're getting ready for your PMP exam, you know exactly the kinds of questions I'm talking about. Those tricky, agile ones that feel like they're designed to make you second-guess everything. Well, today, we're going to crack one of the big ones. It's a classic dilemma from extreme programming, or XP, that really separates the pros from the rookies. Let's dive in.
So, here's the setup. Picture this. You've got an XP team. They're all revved up for a new project, but then they hit a snag. They're stuck debating how big each software release should be. You know, how much do we pack into each drop? And this question, it's not just about logistics. Oh no. This gets right to the core, the very soul of what makes Agile, well, Agile. Okay, so we're looking at 4 different paths the team could take. And at first glance, they all sound kind of plausible, right? But if you dig just a little deeper, you'll see that only one of them truly aligns with how extreme programming is supposed to work.
So what are our options? We've got delivering small releases, going big with large ones, or tying the decision to either the project size or the team size. Now, here's the thing. 3 of these are really tempting traps. They're common mistakes that could totally sink a project. So let's start by figuring out what not to do.
Yep, you heard me. We're going to play Mythbusters. Because sometimes the best way to find the right answer is to first understand, like really understand why the other answers are wrong. Once we debunk these myths, the correct path is going to be staring us right in the face. So, let's get to it.
Okay, first myth on the chopping block, the Big Bang approach. This is the idea that you should deliver huge releases to just, bam, drop a ton of value on the customer all at once. And I get it, it sounds impressive, but in the world of Agile, that's playing with fire. Think about it. The more time you spend locked away building this giant thing without any feedback, the bigger the risk that you're building something nobody actually wants. It's a massive gamble.
And that right there is a fundamental truth in Agile. It's not about the size of the drop. It's all about the speed of the feedback. Getting that quick check-in, learning what works and what doesn't, that's worth so much more than some giant mystery package you've been working on for months.
All right, myth number 2. This is the one that says, hey, it's simple, right? Big projects get big releases, small projects get small ones. It seems to make sense on the surface, but it's a total oversimplification. In fact, it's kind of backwards. If you have a huge, complicated project, that's precisely when you need small, frequent releases to keep risk in check and make sure you're still on the right path. Project size is part of the picture, for sure, but it absolutely does not call all the shots.
And you can probably guess where this is going with our last myth. It's the same flawed thinking, just swapping project size for team size. The logic is big team, big releases. But nope, just because you have more people doesn't mean you should bundle up more work into one drop. A big team can actually crank through a series of small releases even faster. So again, team size matters, but it is not the deciding factor, not by a long shot.
Okay, so we've busted the myths, we've cleared out the bad ideas, and now the right answer should be shining like a beacon. It's not about being big and flashy, it's about something much more powerful, the principle of small, and this is the bedrock of a solid XP project.
And there it is. The correct answer is A. The only real guidance an Agile practitioner should offer is to deliver small releases, period. This isn't just a suggestion or a nice-to-have. It is a core, fundamental practice in extreme programming.
And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. It's not just about the code, it's about people. It's about trust. Think about it. When you deliver small wins again and again, you're constantly proving that you're making progress, you're building confidence, you're building trust with your stakeholders, your customers, everyone. It is incredibly powerful.
But trust is actually the result of something even cooler. So what's the engine driving this? It's what we call a virtuous cycle. It's this amazing positive feedback loop that gets stronger and makes the whole project better with every single little release.
Let's break down how this cycle works. Step 1, you put out a small release. Boom, you've shown real, tangible progress. Stakeholders love that. That leads to step 2. Because it's small, you get feedback almost immediately. We like this, we don't like that. Step 3, that super fast feedback lets you tweak things right away, which massively cuts down your risk of going off track. And all of that leads to step 4, building that rock-solid trust we talked about. And then, you do it all over again with the next small release. It just keeps getting better.
So if you're going to remember one thing from all this, whether it's for your PMP exam or for your actual job on Monday morning, it's this. It all boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful idea.
Here it is. This is the definition to burn into your brain.
small releases. It just means delivering software often in little, manageable pieces. And why? 3 huge reasons. You get way more visibility into what's happening, you get feedback so much sooner, and you slash the risk of a major screw-up. It's all about being safe, being fast, and constantly learning.
And I just love this way of framing it. In Agile, you are not trying to take one giant leap for mankind. Forget the moonshot. It's about taking a series of small, confident steps forward. Each little release is just one more solid step on the path, proving you're heading in the right direction.
And that leaves us with a final question for you. This whole small release idea, it's not just for software developers, right? Think about your own work. Maybe you're writing a big report, or launching a new campaign, or heck, even renovating your kitchen. Where could you apply this? Where could you show small bits of progress to get feedback, lower the stakes, and build trust with whoever you're working with? It's a game-changing way to think, and it works just about everywhere.